this. Ruth Buzzi on the famed Laugh-In show with Rowan and Martin. Ruth, sit down, would you please?
Oh,
you make me
would
very.
you sit down too?
But me first?
No, you first.
Well, how about Glum Gladys, Ruth? That is from the Addie Mame series, right? Was that the way that?
How did you know that?
Well, I'm not really sure how.
You just have read it all over.
Well, I kind of thought that I would discover that. Really, what I want to ask about, though,
Yeah.
do you have any new characters coming up this season?
Well, I have one that I'm reviving called Shakuntala. I used to do it on The Entertainers with against Dom DeLuise playing Dominic the Great.
Dominic, yes.
And she's a character that doesn't talk. And many people wonder whether it's a girl or a boy, but believe me, it's a girl. And they have asked me, they begged me to revive it. I'm sorry that Dom isn't on the show, he can't do it with me, but one of the new people, Brian Bressler, is going to do it with me.
That's unreal.
So we got Shakuntala, and then I've got a character that that we call Dr. Welby, and she reports on all the medical science.
Like Tinseltown?
No,
the reporter of Tinseltown?
No, this is a new
one.
So far, they're not having me do Busy Buzzy this year, because they're trying to, get different new looks
things, right,
and everything. And she'll probably come back sometime during the year. But I hope so, because I love her. Do you know what my very, very favorite character is?
What's your favorite character?
The drunk. I call
drunk.
her Doris Sidebottom, and it's the drunk that I do at the bar with Dick Martin.
Yes,
And the
yes.
and I meet him.
Well, you fall off the bar.
Yes, right. Well, that character I am begging them to do again this year because I get a lot of mail on her. And
is that your favorite character, really?
Absolutely.
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 It comes through that way.
It really is.
Hey, what is the what's the trait between a Ruth Buzzi, the shoe shine concession at NBC, Ralph Edwards, and some paper towels?
You just know everything. Well, he shines the shoes on the Ralph Edwards show, This Is Your Life, and I was very honored last year to have my life done on this show.
Ralph
and
Edwards.
it was the first, and it was the first one upon their coming back after being off the air for 9 years. They had shot a few and they chose mine to be first, and that was really thrilling, besides just being, having
being
the
there.
right. Because I used to think that they did This Is Your Life on people that were 105. And so since then I've been sending notes back and forth to Ralph through our shoeshine man.
Oh, for crying
So,
out
and
loud.
we're writing on anything that we can get a hold of.
Well, if
Toilet tissues.
Well, if you're
paper
writing on
bags.
anything you can get a hold of,
Yes.
what do you do with a fan that slips you a paper napkin or a paper towel for an autograph?
Oh, I write on it.
You write on?
Oh, sure. Anything if that's what they want. You know what happened once?
What?
I was on an airplane. It was the last time I was coming home from Connecticut. Oh, my heavens. And I was just about ready to eat my lunch, and a girl came up, and she was standing beside me. She said, "Pardon me." She said, "Could I please have your autograph?" And I said, "Well, oh, okay." And then I proceeded to push the food over as much as I could in those little trays, and she handed me an airsick bag to write on, and she was serious. And I looked at the airsick bag, and I looked at my food, and I said, "I'm sorry, miss, you will have to wait." So she laughed, and while she left, and before she came back, I dumped the rest of my food in the airsick bag and autographed it and sent it back
sent it to her?
Yes, and she got a big kick out of that.
Hey, you're in leotards. Does this mean you're dancing today or something?
Oh, we're at
The popular comedian Ruth Buzzi, first famous for her time on the NBC variety show and Rowan and Martin's Laughin, starting in the late 1960s. Died on May 1st at her home in Texas, and her family came out to announce her passing on. That was on Friday, according to a post that was shared on her official Facebook page. She was in hospice care for several years. Actually, she had got a stroke. I think it was around just a couple of years ago. Then she had sustained Alzheimer in 2012, and then she went in hospice. So according to reports, and they are saying that these are some of her last words. The husband, Alion, actually came out and released a statement on Facebook, about Ruth, saying that she had told him, to release these last words of her, thanking the fans for everything they've done for her, and of course the support they have given for her over the years. The statement read, "This is Ruth Buzzi's husband, writing on her page. She asked me to thank you all for being so good to her for so many years. She wants you to know she probably had more fun doing those shows because you heard watching them. Because of health issues, she's must withdraw from reading, but she will still be reading and enjoying your posts." So those were the last words, Ruth actually came out to say before she passed on, basically according to what they published on her official Facebook. So so the family came out and again released a statement saying Ruth Buzzi had died peacefully in her sleep at home in Texas. She was in hospice care for several years with Alzheimer disease, and of course the memorial arrangements by Lesser Funeral Home, Stephenville, Texas, will be announced soon. So we all know this is a lady who actually in 1968 joined the cast of Laugh-In, where her comedic talents quickly elevated her to national prominence, and of course the rest became history. She became a very huge name up to just recently in the 2000s. So Buzzi lived with her husband and actor Ken Perkins, on a cattle and horse ranch near Stephenville, that is in Texas, as she had been diagnosed with Alzheimer. And of course, recently she got a stroke. We are sending our deepest condolences to the family, friends, and everyone who knew and loved Ruth. Rest in power, Queen.